guys.
Hi guys. It is Tuesday time for
Table
Talk. Today is Tuesday, June 23rd, 2015, and we want to take some time to talk about, like we always do each Tuesday, what's going on in the world and give our thoughts and opinion on. We love that you guys are watching. I am so grateful. I can't even imagine. I can't even say it.
We're just so happy.
I can't imagine, but I can't express how happy I am. But I am very, very grateful. And let's keep it growing, fam. Let's just see how many views we can get.
Yeah.
It's a nice little show, and we're going to keep doing it no matter what anyway. So we might as well get the views. Yeah. Thank you for the comments.
Awesome comments.
Right. If you like it, thumbs up.
Comment.
Subscribe, and you can stay up to date on what the latest news and what our opinions are. And we like to know your opinions too. Don't be afraid to jump in and say something.
Yeah, let us know what's going on.
What we got going on? We don't have a lot going on this time. We purposely chose not to. We want to take some time to talk about the Carolina shooter. So what's his name?
Dylann
Roof. Right.
Okay, our first story. A man kills his lover in Las Vegas, and they were both in wheelchairs.
That's some weird shit. Okay. You know what? First of all, being from Vegas and going back to Vegas, there is some weird stories going on all the time. But this one happened to be these two dudes. They both were wheelchair bound. I didn't know that to the very end, but they both were in wheelchairs. They had been fighting all night the night before, drinking and fighting. You know when you turn up, they probably had that brown liquor.
Already know.
Because this shit don't go right with that. But anyways, and some people say white liquor, but it's just a liquor, period. You know, you might get one drink and get giddy, and you start getting to that turn up that bottle.
Really?
But they got to fighting and wrestling, and one knocked one out of the chair and whatnot, but they both got arrested for disorderly conduct and drunkenness and everything.
I don't get this. Like, we're in wheelchairs and we turning up. We're uber angry. How is y'all fighting? Like, like this?
Because how can they get their chairs close to like side by side?
Right, they get to tip.
Because I'll be rolling. You got to chase me. I don't know. I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm just saying, like, what? Yeah,
I don't get that.
And and you could be wheelchair bound and drink.
Yeah.
But why? But but you know what? I don't. Maybe they angry because they crippled or something. They lost their money in casino, or they was their lovers. Maybe one dude was eyeing somebody up, from another chair. That was, like, oh, you want somebody on two legs?
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Some cheating going on. I don't know. They didn't ever say what the fight was, but like I said, they both got arrested.
Yeah.
Vegas, really.
Y'all crazy out there.
Mm-hmm.
Jealous Alabama man had Alabama.
Hold on. Don't even say it. There was a man in Alabama, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was jealous of his woman. But like uber jealous. If anybody called or somebody looked her way on the street or whatever, he was forever tripping. And this woman happened to have a little dog and little Shih Tzu. The little white one with the hair. But sometimes they're dark because Antonio had one with like a black spot and white hair.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so she loved her little dog and stuff. And he got jealous of the dog. Said that she was treating him, I don't know what the hell I do in Alabama, did they? Didn't treat him. She was treating the dog better than him. So what did he do with the dog?
He ends up having sex with the animal.
And to betray her or get revenge back on her, he had sex with the dog. Oh my God, that is sick. Right, she went to work and he sexed the dog up all afternoon. Like, damn.
That's foul. Like,
you ain't got a job? That dog should have bit his ass. Really? Plain and simple. Right? Do a Lorena Bobbitt, how she cut that man thing out. He should have bit on that thing and just bit on her.
I'm saying,
that's crazy. That is crazy. And she ended up taking the dog to the vet. and they see that she had, she had not had any children or anything yet, but she had all kind of damage inside of her and everything else from this situation of him raping the dog. I guess he was raping
that's
the
what
dog.
it is. Raping animals now.
Dang.
How's kids, how's women, how's animals.
They were raping the dog. I'm not laughing at that. I think that's sick and perverted and twisted.
Very much
and
so.
if First of all, if you're that jealous of your woman, you need a new woman.
Really?
And for her, if your man, or for y'all, your man, your woman is that insecure, it's time to let it go. Because it doesn't matter what you do. You're going to continually trying to prove yourself,
Right.
check your phone, check this. And what kind of life is that? Get on and go in a direction of somebody that's better suited for you.
I totally agree.
Because you start
couldn't happen.
messing with the animals.
You're right.
Right.
Just something ain't right. Something ain't right. We getting to that level. This relationship doesn't need to be.
No, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
So a Chirac cop unloads a gun on unarmed teens in a car. Yeah. They're just out there in the neighborhood. He's in the neighborhood. They're doing whatever in the car. We couldn't see them from the way the camera was angled. But we see the cop shooting 12 rounds at the car.
He walked up on them. He had, instead of the gun, like that, he did the old 90s dude, gang stuff. And he proceeds to shoot. There were, 16s in the car or something like that. And they were completely unarmed, underage, weren't doing anything. But here they showed the tape. It was from his dash cam. And it shows him walking right up to the car and start shooting. The driver starts backing up to get away from him, and he's shooting. Next, they careen into a car. People got shot, multiple gunshot wounds. Thank the Lord, nobody got killed from that. But this guy, needless to say, after all this time, he got fired, of course, and charges pressed against him. He'll have to do time for that because that's attempted murder.
Right.
You can't stop someone or whatever shooting in a car. I mean, you could attempt to do that, but that's your life. And God forbid he's a fool. What if they came out and turned around and started shooting on him?
Right. Turned their car and ran them over.
Right.
That's
white cops in Chicago. Brutal. I don't know if you've seen the video. It's been on, I know it was on Instagram, might have been on Twitter, I'm not sure, but it's out there.
Yeah.
And it's just horrific. He got on a bulletproof vest and a skull cap on. We call it a scuzzolini. And he was just going at it.
Yeah.
And the video, they didn't see the video at first when they started talking about this situation, and the video came up, and there it is.
Yeah. That's.
You know what? I do want to say this, that not all cops are dirty and out to get people, but is it more cops now, or we're being able to see more now?
I think we're being able to see more now that we see that some of these cops are a little bit dirty. Not all of them, but some of them, where we have such a connection with the outside world through the internet and various other ways that we're finally getting to see what's been happening underneath.
Right. That's right, because we are a global world now, so you get to see everything around the world.
Yeah. So we see that Diddy fights his son's coach down at his college.
Yeah, girl. It was it was down on UCLA campus. His son, the one by what's that lady name? Blue. I don't call her Blue Ivy. What's her name? Boo Cantrell. Their son. He's a junior, but he's a redshirt junior, so that means that he doesn't get to play. He's not a starter. Okay. And I guess Diddy walked up on the mess, and the assistant football coach down there was berating him, going off on him, and everything else. And Diddy asked the coach, can I talk to you? Mm-hmm. And he went up into his office, said he wanted to talk to him. The dude was like, the assistant coach was like, no, I don't talk to no parents about nothing, yada, yada. First and foremost, as an educator, which that includes coaches, you need to talk to the parent. At least you can make some understanding that says this is a college age young man. He's lacking in his efforts because it was at practice. And make the parent understand. Well, whoever parent is, I don't care if it's Diddy or anybody else, and make that parent understand what this is about. We break them down and we build them out. This is football. Build them back up. I mean, this is football. This is how we do.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy wouldn't give Diddy any understanding. So the guy tried to push Diddy out his office. This is Diddy's side. Yeah. The guy tried to push Diddy out his office. He wasn't going. Diddy pushed back, and he picked up one of those cowbells, those weights that's metal ball at the bottom with a metal handle, and swung it at the dude. The dude ducked. Police were called. School campus security was called. Mm-hmm. They handcuffed Diddy. Didn't do nothing to the assistant coach, and they had to wait for the LA police department to come and to take him and put him in a holding pen. He had a bail of $160,000, which he bonded out as soon as he got there. Yeah. So my question to you all is, should Diddy have gotten into it with the assistant coach?
Right.
For me personally, as a parent and educator, as a parent, of course, that's going to be my natural feel. If I see you berating my son or my child's in your class and you going off on them. As an educator, if you are going off on that child, you can expect that that parent is coming up there. They may not have come for any conferences or open houses or anything, but the minute you go off on a kid or their child perceives it that way, they're coming up there to see you. Mm-hmm. So in those cases, you have to, as an educator, I've always had to be prepared to have a dialogue if that was the case. I shouldn't say I always have, because that doesn't happen to me very much, but I have to be prepared to have a dialogue. It can be little of nothing, and some kid is super sensitive and they might want to go home and tell one thing. When you get up, the parent get up there, they got a whole nother story. Then when you talk about it, it's not even the story that happened, and everything seems to settle down. But I think that as an educator, that was a conversation they should have had to explain his point and why he does what he does. Right. And for Diddy as a parent, that's his right to ask those hard questions. But at the same time, it's football. Right. Exactly. He's a junior. Exactly. Because otherwise you end up making him look like a punk. Right. His son, your daddy had to come here and fight for you and all that. So
now you're looking like you weak. I feel it's from a kid's perspective, I feel like, or a young adult's perspective, that you would feel like that. You're like, okay, I'm over here playing this game, or over here doing my work in school, and here up comes my parent to snap off on the teacher because I just mentioned that they was on my nerves. I'm going to feel like, oh, damn, why did I say something to you? Right. Why did I say something to you? We're gonna feel small and little and embarrassed and, like I said, like a punk for a little boy.
Yeah, because you got to see that coach again or that teacher again when we're not around.
Exactly.
And the dirty looks and the shade.
They're going to be giving you, all that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. So our last story, we wanted to talk about the Charlotte shooter, Dylann Roof, and his manifesto.
Yeah, he put a manifesto out there on the internet. I had a chance to read it all. And you know what? I've heard a lot of different stories about this young man, and I've heard people say that he wasn't racist. And it's clear that you read bits and parts of the manifesto, but not all of the manifesto.
Right.
He was very clear, and he had a clear understanding within himself. I'm not saying it was right, that he even said that whites are superior to blacks, and they always have felt superior. He had a judgment on Hispanics. Some are good, some are bad. He felt Jewish people would be better if they let go of their Jewish culture and they could be considered white at that point. He said the only people that were good were Asians, you know, because Asians, he said, they're already prejudiced and hate black people, and so he didn't have to add anything to that. And sometimes they look white. I ain't never seen no white Asian, but that was his opinion of it. He gave explanations, poor explanation, why he was doing this. He felt like that the blacks were taking over the world, and nobody was standing up for whites,
Right.
and that he was going to be the person to do that. And I guess evidently he wanted to shoot up a college initially, or a mall too.
Yeah, his friend had spoke about him on an interview and said that his initial thing was to come to the college and do the shootout, and apparently it didn't go through. But he was in defense of him. Like, he wasn't saying, like, this is wrong, or I'm not sure why.
Yeah, this was they always seem to do that. They'll find these white folks who did a crime, and they'll find some old black somebody from the backwoods to defend them. He's saying that Dylann was never racist around him, but he did talk about shooting up the college, and they had 7 more days. He's going to shoot up the college. Okay, your ignorant ass didn't call the police.
Right, because I would have, because that's my life on the line.
He wasn't saying 7 days at the church. He was saying 7 days to kill the people in the college.
Right.
But I'm saying your ignorant ass didn't pick up the phone.
Right.
Okay, you're saying he not a racist, but he a murderer?
Right.
A mass murderer? That's okay?
No.
You're a fool. You're a fool.
Really?
You know, in life, it's hard to... And it's not even our job to make a judgment. We can see a situation and have deep compassion for the people that happened to us, people begging for their lives, the little girl that played dead, all their families and things like that.
Right.
But why did this have to happen? Maybe there's no such thing as a God in heaven. But I say to you that it's not our job to know everything that's happened.
Right.
We don't know what agreement they maybe had with God before they came down here. We don't know what God's purpose is. Our job is to have faith and belief that there is a rhyme and a reason for everything that happens.
Right.
Another thing I want to mention is that it's funny when somebody black do a crime, they're a thug.
Right.
Somebody Mexican do a crime, they're a gangbanger. But somebody white do a crime, they mentally ill.
Right. That's just I don't have no words for it, because it's just ridiculous, because we hear it all the time.
Right. At the end of the day, we're trying to label and separate and categorize so we can wrap our mind around, so we know how to hate them and which way and all of that. But at the end of the day, anybody doing that is crazy. Black, white, red, blue, whatever the case may be. You don't need a label to say you're a killer.
Right.
It was appalling. It was shocking. The news was coming in fast. And now they got this boy locked up and this and that. He's on $1 million bail.
Right.
Okay, $1 million, but that was for a gun charge. He has no bail set at this point for killing 9 people.
Right.
But you got Bobby Shmurda locked up, and he ain't killed nobody.
Right, but
He's just a fool.
million bail.
But he got not 20. He got $2 million.
$2 million.
And what's his name? Death Row dude got 25 million. Suge Knight 25 million, and he backed over one person and hit another, and the person that he hit came to the stand and said he didn't do it on purpose. Yada yada yada. I don't know how that's gonna go, but 25 million for that. This dude get $1 million.
Right.
10% of that, they can pawn up their house or mortgage their house or whatever, sell a car, and they will have him out walking in the streets again. I don't feel compassion for him like the judge did who set that bail. I don't feel this is a poor, innocent, misguided youth. No. I think this is a hater killer. The hate's been in him. The hate grew. That hate came from his environment. Okay, the way he was raised, who he was around, what school he went to, and then you're gonna turn around a couple weeks prior to the killing. I guess it was his birthday, and the dad gave him a gun. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
Totally, I totally agree. And another thing that kind of shocks me is now all of a sudden people want to take down the Confederate flag and stop selling it and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like, why haven't we been done that?
Right. That should have been done when the civil rights was set, or after the Civil War was lost. Y'all lost. You know, plain and simple. Let's move on. It should have been down. Now, if they acting yesterday because the governor in was it North Carolina or something? I think it was North Carolina.
Yeah.
Acting like it was a big thing because they were taking the flags down off the federal buildings. That shit should have been down, because all you were ever doing was promoting racism.
Exactly.
Walmart is not selling anything. Like, what the fuck is Walmart selling? Rebel Confederate flags or T-shirts or whatever.
Right.
But they don't sell them with that mess where I live.
No.
Trust believe that. But they probably sell that mess down south.
Right.
But anyways, guys, our prayers go once again to the family.
Absolutely.
The best we could do is work on ourselves and let go of our own issues as it comes to color or hatred.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not going to make things better.
No. Not
at all. Let it go and let God work through you.
I absolutely agree.
All right, guys. Have a great afternoon. Terrific Tuesday. See ya. Bye-bye.